ODM MPs are expected to take over committees chaired by the impeached former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua's allies. At least 5 chairpersons of the National Assembly committees allied to the former Deputy President have been demoted and kicked out of all powerful House committees, even as the purge on his sympathizers now extends to the National Assembly from the Senate. As our political affairs reporter Emmanuel Toh tells us in the following report, Kiharu lawmaker Dede Nyoro, who has been chairing the powerful Budget and Appropriations Committee, is likely to hand over his role to an ODM MP, even as more Gachagua allies are bundled into less lucrative committees, such as the Catering Committee.
There are changes that have been long coming. Days after the purge at the Senate that targeted at least 5 chairpersons of departmental committees allied to former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Wednesday was the time for Gachagua's friends in the National Assembly to face the guillotine. In the changes moved by National Assembly Majority Whip Silvanus Osoro, at least 5 Gachagua-leaning MPs have been relegated to Member Services and Facilities Committee concerned with catering services for the legislators. They include Githongori legislator Gathoni Wamuchomba, who has been chairing the Constitution Implementation Oversight Committee, Roysambu MP Mwafrika Augustine Kamande, who skipped President William Ruto's Sunday service in his constituency, Naivasha MP Jane Kihara, who has been in the Lands Committee, and Mumias East MP Peter Salasia.
We didn't look at this, what people could imagine, perhaps that, political pronunciations outside there, political persuasions.
Others who fell from glory and downgraded to less powerful House committees include Embakasi North MP James Gakuya, who is now a member from being a chairperson of the Trade Committee, Gatanga MP Edward Mureo, Juja MP George Koimbori, and Kajiado North legislator Onesimus Ngogoyo. They were all moved to the Parliamentary Broadcasting and Library Committee.
I have been a member of this committee and I cannot be removed in the manner in which you want to remove me. However powerful you might be, Mr. Speaker, it is not correct.
Go and do those things in the County Assembly of Kajiado, not in the National Assembly. Spend your time in the National Assembly discussing matters of greater importance to the people of Kajiado.
Others who were asked include Runyenjes MP Eric Karemba, Manyata legislator John Mukunji, Major Donk Gadhiru of Embakasi Central, who were moved to the Constitution Implementation Oversight Committee from more powerful committees. Mwala MP Vincent Kawaya, who chaired his last session as the chairperson,
I've really tried my best thinking.
Of the National Assembly Energy Committee Wednesday, was also moved to ostensibly create some space for the ODM MPs who are warming up for the seat under the broad-based arrangement. Although he has maintained his position as the chair of the Budget and Appropriations Committee, Kiharu MP Ndindi Nyoro, who has been breathing hot and cold since the impeachment of the former DP Gachagua, is expected to cede ground for an ODM member with at least 5 chairperson slots and 4 vice chairperson positions reserved for the opposition.
There are so many factors to look at when you're coming up with even a single name. When you pull one, you affect the other. There is a question of regional balance. There is a question of gender. There is a question of experience. There is a question of party politics. There is a question of coalitions.
In the looming changes, Alego Usonga MP Samatandi is set to take over the Budget Committee chair role. Ikolomani MP Bernard Shinali is warming up for the Trade Committee chairperson seat, formerly occupied by Embakasi North MP James Gakuya. Kilifi South legislator Ken Chonga is set for the Labour Committee, taking over the reins from Runyenjes MP Eric Karemba, while nominated MP Irene Mayaka will take charge of the Regional Integration Committee as Seme MP Dr. James Nyikal prepares to assume the chairmanship of the Health Committee. The shake-up in the National Assembly committees, although not yet complete, with the process of electing chairpersons expected within the next 7 days, is going to have far-reaching political ramifications, even as the cleanup begins in the National Assembly to raid out Gachagua allies in a process that promises to be noisy, messy, and even smelly. Emmanuel Toh, Citizen TV, Parliament Buildings, Nairobi.